All right, so here's something kind of interesting. Someone brought this up recently, but I went and did an image search, reverse image search on Google. Katie Bo Williams, senior national security correspondent for @Defense One, former at The Hill. So, legit person. This is posted June 28th, 2018. And this is Representative Matt Gaetz, who, for all intents and purposes, seemed to be a Trump supporter, seemed to be a great Republican, stands for the right things, although he was one of the only people who actually voted with Pelosi's nonsense about this stuff, this war in Iran, like, the president needs, official congressional approval, whatever. And everyone's like, whoa, what the hell? And people are like, well, look, it's one thing he voted against basically Trump on, but everything else he's pro-Trump and blah, blah, blah. So, if you look at the way these two men are shaking hands, this is the infamous Rod Rosenstein shaking his hand, shaking hands together, and you'll notice his pointer finger of Gaetz in an odd shape pushing in here, which is alleged to be the old Freemasonry handshake. So her comment back then was, there's an image. Matt Gaetz, one of the fiercest critics of the Department of Justice, shakes hands with Rod Rosenstein and exchanges, quote, "Good to see you." Or they both exchange "good to see yous," as she says. And you can see the person's comment right after this. And that's how Rosenstein got poisoned by polonium, whatever. Rod's seen Gaetz rap sheet. Yeah. Rosenstein, wait till you have to answer DOJ questions. Someone else, back in April 2019. Is that a secret handshake? I think it is. Let's just do a Google search real quick. Freemason secret handshake. We do have images. However, I'm not seeing that particular handshake where you do the little poke the guy's wrist. So if you look at this one, which I'll share the screen here, off to the right, Masonic handshakes and grips. I've been aware of the thumb one in these two especially. As far as these, past grip of a Master Mason, real grip of a Master Mason, lion's paw, whatever. None of them have this little, let me stick my pointer finger out and stab you in the wrist. So, the reason I'm doing this video right now is because someone had posted, oh my God, he did this super duper secret society Freemason handshake. Oh my God, Matt Gaetz is one of the club. And he's showing, basically Rod Rosenstein, who's part of the club, hey, you're good. Like, you're not going to get in trouble. But that is not the secret handshake that I'm aware of. And again, I knew I could find it online real quick. And there's 5 or 6 or whatever. And that's not one of them. He's literally poking his finger. What if, I'll go there, what if that's Matt Gaetz' way of saying to Rosenstein, yeah, pleased to meet you, good to see you, click, click, like stabbing you in the wrist means like you're in big trouble. In some, some way. I don't know. But what I do know is that does not appear to be a Freemason handshake. I do know a Freemason that's a 33rd degree, and I have a 32nd degree. Both these guys, I think, are Patreon members. I'll ask, might as well ask the 33rd degree, because I have talked with him a few times through email. Hey, does this handshake look like anything to you? Do you recognize this as one of your, Mason handshakes, fellow Mason handshakes, or another? Does this look recognizable to you at all? If it does, what do you think it means, or what? Blah blah blah. I'd like to see what he has to say. I'll tell you this: if he says I don't know what that is, it's meaningless to me. Because he had told me, and I'd asked him, like, if I ever ask you something and you can't really say it, rather than just like try to lie around it, like, could you just flat out just say I can't talk about that, or like I can't answer that? He goes, absolutely. If there's something I'd rather you not say publicly, I'll tell you. Or if it's something I'd rather you just keep in a private group setting, like maybe your Patreon, I'll let you know then. He's like, I will let you know. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to like ask every single time. He goes, no, just, he's like, I'll know when I'm talking to you. Like, hey, kind of keep that out, you know. Okay. So I've had a few interesting conversations with him. And he says, yeah, anytime. I enjoyed following you for a long time. And, you know, if I can, I will. If I can't, I'll tell you I can't, you know. So long story short right now is if he gets back to me and says, I don't see anything to this. I don't know what that is. Like, I'm not familiar with that handshake. No need for me to do a video to say, oh, hey, everyone, he's not familiar with the handshake. So take that right now, if I don't do another video on this, as he didn't say anything to it. If he does say so, oh, yeah, I know what that is. Oh, that's Skull and Bones. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's, okay. Or, oh, that's the Scottish Rite, which he is a member of, Masonry, being the 33rd degree. Or, oh, no, that's the Knights Templar variety of Masonry. Oh, that's, you know, again, maybe he'll know and say, oh, yeah, that's what that is. Or, again, I can't tell you. All right. Hey, appreciate you. At least let me know. You can't tell me. So, again, if there's something to it, I'll do another video once I hear back from him. If there's nothing to it, I'm not doing another video. Just take it right now as, no, there's nothing here. Because, again, I surely, even with, again, Scottish Rite, if someone's got this information online, and it's all over the freaking place, apparently, I'm looking at all the images right now, certainly that one would be somewhere. I'd find it. Like, you know, show me some handshake right now. Where is it? And I even see one on Mind-Blowing Freemason Secrets Revealed from quicktop10s.com. It shows a picture of Einstein, Albert Einstein, with looked like a Supreme Court justice, doing the old thumb down, you know, squeezing his knuckle one, which I have seen as one of the symbols. And it's not uncommon, as you and I know, for government officials to do that, which, of course, is why I'm looking at Rosenstein and Matt Gaetz. Hey, we know Masons have been all up in our government. But I will say this, too. Our country was founded by Freemasons. And these guys were all constitutionalists. I mean, I do have to say that. Right? We do have to acknowledge this. Our country was founded by Freemasons. And they came up with the Constitution. I don't quite see that as being a bad thing. Our Constitution is very important. And as you've seen, everyone who comes after that time, all these politicians, they chip away little pieces until they have another law that kind of supersedes the Constitution. Then you got to fight and prove in court you're superseding the Constitution with this law because the rights are already, you know, Second Amendment, whatever, it's right there. You can't make me do this. Not without have a constitutional convention take place where you have to have a massive majority of all Congress members to change the Constitution. Out of curiosity, when's the last time we had a constitutional convention? The Constitutional Convention, also known as the Philadelphia Convention, the Federal Convention, or the Grand Convention at Philadelphia, took place from May 25th to September 17th, 1787 in the old Pennsylvania State House, now known as Independence Hall, Philadelphia. Okay. Well, that's what I asked. Where's that? 1787, apparently. So, but what about wasn't the 13th Amendment removed at one point? The 27th Amendment, 1990, the Constitution, right? 27th Amendment ratified the amendment. Constitutional Convention history and compromises from Britannica.com, which is probably Encyclopedia Britannica. Shows 1787 also. Convention that drew up the Constitution. So that created the Constitution, but I thought thereafter, if you have to change the Constitution, you must have another Constitutional Convention take place in order to make any changes to it. Unless they're just calling it something else, and I'm just not aware of what the term is called. Because I don't think it's just a simple vote. From what I remember reading quite a long time ago, a few years ago, I remember like looking into this for some reason. And what I had found, assuming this is right, by the way, was that they have to do that again. You have to have another constitutional convention to change any part of that constitution. So, you know, it was that important. because the founders knew we're going to have some problems with some corruption, with other countries trying to enter us from the inside out, destroy us. We saw that under Barack Obama, George Bush before him, Clinton before him, Papa Bush before him, slowly chipping away, again, at our constitutional rights. And then Trump stepped in and said, nah, we're going to go right back to that. And they don't like it. Of course, he had to pick his new Supreme Court picks. He's got a ton, 100 and something at least, 170, 180 judge picks that he's been able to do. The Ninth Circuit Court, the infamous one in California that found everything Trump wanted to do. Nope, can't do it. We're liberals. Nope. I read the other day, and I think I did a video on this actually. Wow. I'm reading now that the infamous Ninth Circuit is now more pro-Trump than it was before, because he's been able to pick other judges to go in there, other than what was in there before. And now we're lopsided, conservative basically, Republican conservative. So what does that mean? Now he'll get his way? Quite possibly so. And isn't it amazing that one human being can become your president? Good or bad person, by the way, which is scary. And the power that they have with the Senate, of course, got to have the Senate too. Some of that checks and balances, but you get the right Senate and the right president, and whether they're wrong or right, and they can start changing so many people, switching them out, appointing judges, appointing all this stuff, that detrimentally affect your lives. Make things illegal that shouldn't be illegal. You know what I mean? Like things that are illegal, they make legal. Like this whole stop and release crap with the illegal aliens. Oh, let them go. ICE on, let them go. Oh, get a free driver's license in New York. Oh, New Jersey too. Oh, this California, we're gonna do. Step right up, illegals. Just get your free driver's licenses, because after you get those, we're gonna allow you to vote using your license. Oh. These people should be brought up on charges. So, anyways, I'm looking. I still don't see any new, different handshake than what I've just shared with you. So I don't know what that is or what it means. I do see Rod smiling away at him. My buddy kind of looking at him. But, you know, the cameras are on. It's a public hearing. All these politicians do that. Look at Nancy Pelosi coming out. Every time. The other day, did you see that video the other day? She's out talking. Hey, but what accomplishments have you... Can you talk about some of your accomplishments? Oh, yes. I am an esteemed legislator. I'm a top legislator. I've done this and I've done that. And, oh, she loved it. Oh, she was just bragging about what she's done, and I'm the best at this. Oh. And you are an expert money launderer too, Miss Pelosi. You've been caught in Ukraine. Take care.